Well, we're taking it back to basics. We got sort of licensed from Activision to treat it as a new IP. So we're really trying to match story because there's, our competition does such a good job at that and creating characters that you like. We're really trying to get the ambient world. Our Hong Kong is going to be alive. There are people you can talk to and interact with. We've got night markets and downtowns and all kinds of different stuff in there. It's a really rich world, but we're really trying to differentiate the game from other stuff that's out there is the on-foot stuff feeling as good as in the car. So much of the time you're playing open world games, you feel like you're in a mode, okay, I'm shooting, or okay, I'm fighting, and sometimes the fighting doesn't feel so good. Most of the time the fighting doesn't feel so good. With True Crime, what we wanted you to do is feel like a Hong Kong action hero. You're able to do crazy stuff, dynamic stuff. You're able to have the freedom to be in a gunfight and see an object, and not just take cover behind it, but like vault over it, into a sliding, slow motion sliding suit and take out your enemies. In a fight, to be able to see an object and go, I'm going to put a guy in that vent and be able to stick him in the vent and have his feet kicking on the way out. Just take a guy and put him through a skylight. We've got attacks, we've got counters, we've got directional attacks, we've got all that stuff, but we wanted you to really have the freedom in the melee combat to really do whatever you want. And then the area on foot that we're doing, and it's really it's kind of an homage to all the great cop movies, and our guy being an undercover cop, it's perfect, is the foot chase stuff. We wanted you to have that feeling of being in a visceral foot chase where you can see your target and you're just behind him. And we look at as far back as like Blade Runner, Point Break, these awesome movies with these chases that they've kind of updated for like Bourne and Casino Royale, and going, let's make this experience, awesome in our game. So in our demo, you're busting through people in the night market, you're kind of crowd dodging, you can kind of be like LT and bowl them over like a running back if you want, or you can kind of swim through them, and yeah, it's really about hitting that on-foot experience and giving people the freedom to feel like an action hero. The John Woo stuff is amazing. We're huge fans, and he changed cinema in so many ways, and we're inspired by that. But that was a lot of his stuff was 10, 20 years ago, and it's evolved into something different, and that's kind of where we're at with this game. The idea of kind of the toothpick chewing, double gun, sunglasses on, that guy is hard to identify with. You look at the action heroes of today, you look at the guys, in our competitors' games. You look at, Nico Bellic, you look at Marsden, you look at these guys. They're real people, right? And our undercover cop, we were more inspired by like DiCaprio in The Departed, and The Departed being really a remake of Infernal Affairs, which is a Hong Kong movie. A lot of people don't know that. We wanted our character to be somebody you can kind of identify with, and we've got this amazing action hero stuff in there. But and a lot of that is influenced by Hong Kong cinema. But it's seeing Batman, seeing the new Bond, seeing Bourne, and being able to go, I want to be that guy. I want to be the guy who is a complete ass kicker and badass, but at the same time is enough of a real person that the story can kind of be believed and stand on its own, and not this kind of dude who tells the chief to go screw himself and sit on it and then walks out the door and go and kills 100 guys. So, yeah. The character is, he's a real person, so he's going to break down. There's a scene in the first trailer that came out, in December, where he's looking at himself in the mirror, and oh my God, what have I gotten into? I can't get out of this situation, and we've got a real-time damage system in the game. In combat, you see him taking damage. He gets bloodied up. He gets bruised up. His clothing gets all torn up. You can rejuvenate your health. You can buy new clothes. If you walk around the world all beat up like that, your face, which is your social standing, is going to drop, because people are going to be like, it's that guy in the night market who's all covered in blood, right? So, there's that. There's a mission later in the game where he's tied up to a chair and he's being beaten up. And it's that scene in Casino Royale where Bond was having the worst things done to him, and we thought, what if you were in that and you busted loose? What if you were in that and you broke free? How much ass would you kick? And how angry would you be? So we've got that in there too. A ton of time has gone into creating our version of Hong Kong, and what I mean by that is we've been there, spent time. Our writer has been there probably for a combined several months. Our art teams all got almost 30,000 photographs, hours of video taken there. Our audio team has been there. We love Hong Kong, and we've tried to recreate it in a way that gamers can enjoy it. You know, the geo-mapping of the first two True Crimes was really cool, but it felt kind of gimmicky, it felt kind of wrong, and for a game where it's all about the kind of action, we wanted to create a Hong Kong that really played to that. So it's all tuned for gameplay. And you know, the other thing is, a lot of people don't even really follow the story that much. It's like a world simulator. Let me do all the bad stuff that I can't do in real life. Let me take a guy and knock him out and put him in a trunk and drive around with him and hear him, you know, bang on the, you know, the muffled cries, you know, and drive that car into the water and have it sink. I mean, that's terrible. I'm a terrible person, but there's tons of stuff that you can do in the just open world game that is just so much fun, and you can sit back on the sofa with with a bunch of buddies and just enjoy that separate from the story itself. True Crime Hong Kong is coming to PS3, Xbox 360, and PC this fall.
Think he'll break?
Never.